The remains of the Clava Cairns lie roughly 6 miles east of Inverness. They date from around 2000 BC, the time of the early Bronze Age, but the name derives from the type of cairn, not the site itself, although this has pretty much been adopted. Many of the monuments align with certain astronomical phenomena, especially the winter solstice. The cemetery at Balnuaran of Clava is known to have been reused and expanded during the later Bronze Age, with the area being significant for several thousand years. The cairns are some of the best preserved of this type and are distinctive to the Highlands, yet it took until the 19th century for them to be first recorded properly and excavated. The Clava Cairns show a unique combination of several different features, including a circular cairn with a platform that surrounds it and a ring of standing stones. Due to these being unique in their architectural form, as well as their use of local raw materials, their symbolism and meaning are of national importance in helping our understanding of society in the Bronze Age era. Their beliefs and customs, especially at the time of a person's death, are still being mulled over following extensive excavation works throughout the site. Many more areas still keep their secrets, but in due course it's possible further excavations will take place to unlock them. The cairns and stones at the site remain where they were built all those millennia ago. Their orientation and alignment with the stars reinforces their importance in our understanding of our ancestors. For example, the orientation of the passage at the grave of the northeast cairn gravitates towards the southwest. It was precisely built in this alignment for the setting of the winter sun at the solstice, so a lot of thought went into its siting. This was a day that marked the end of the long dark winter nights and the return of longer daylight. At the time, it was roofed, and the winter's sun directly hit the back of the inner chamber, as shown by an experiment in the 1990s when the cairn was re-roofed to see if this was in fact the case. The southwest cairn was also positioned in this way for the winter solstice, and is thought to have contained the remains of an important person, although no remains have been found there, possibly due to wildlife. Many of those in local society would have had to have helped construct the cairns, and that was a lot of effort for only 1 or 2 bodies being buried in them. This cairn also boasts 2 red sandstone pillars, one of which contains prehistoric rock art consisting of cup markings, and there is other evidence of these markings within it. No one knows their meaning. It's thought this cairn may have had a stone-built porch and forecourt, but nothing remains of these today. It's surrounded by standing stones. The northeast cairn, with its low passage, is believed to have been 13 feet or 4 metres in height at one time, and it was lined with stone slabs, with the one where the winter solstice sun hit being of a dark red sandstone. Surrounding its base are curbstones, and it's believed that just a few years after its completion, rubble was used to build a platform and seal it up, with the stone circle being added. Shells and bone were found at this cairn. Also at the site are ring cairns, but what they were used for is unknown, as there appears to have been no entrance and were unroofed. These were placed outside the line of the solstice, so were they used for cremating the dead? It's possible the ring cairns were begun in the Neolithic period, so perhaps earlier than the other cairns, but there is no definitive proof either way. Around 1,000 years after the original cairns were built, a new cairn was constructed and was called the Clava Cairn. Smaller than the others, only a small ring of boulders mark where it once stood. At the central ring cairn, a Pictish cremation took place sometime between 500 and 1000 AD. It's surrounded by 9 standing stones. Close to the cairns are the remains of what is thought to have been a small medieval chapel at Milton of Clava, but this hasn't had the same attention as the cairns as yet. It's thought to have been dedicated to either St Dorothy or St Bridget. Many Victorians believed the cairns was a judicial site, and at one point one of the cairns was explored but damaged along with some of the site. Around 1829, an excavation took place at the Southwest Passage grave when 2 fragments of damaged urns were discovered by Mrs Campbell of Kilravach, along with possible cremated bones, and in 1882, William Jolly was the first to record the rock art. Noted lady archaeologist Christian McLagan from Stirling recorded the site in 1875, although her interpretation of the cairns was widely off the mark. After the site came into state care on 1st June 1925, another noted woman archaeologist, Kathleen Kennedy, did minor excavation work and cleared the site in 1930 and 1931. Others followed, and over the years their drawings have helped preserve the site, with erosion being monitored due to the increase in visitor numbers. It was discovered some of the stones from the cairns were used to construct a local wall. The trees that surround it were planted around 1871, and at the same time, at least 2 of the standing stones at the southwest cairn were moved to accommodate a new road, leaving the 11 we see today. In 1881, the 3 main cairns were restored by the local landowner, and the following year it became a scheduled monument. The Clava Cairns site is open to the public all year round and is in the care of Historic Environment Scotland. If you enjoyed this episode of Scotland's History, please like, comment and subscribe. Until next time, thank you for watching.